Hey, what's going on? It's Ninja Nick, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my scariest moment riding my Ninja 400. This moment happened earlier this week as I was riding into work, and you're going to see it coming up here in the next 30-ish seconds. So I'll go ahead and show you what happens, and then I'll kind of talk through it as it's happening, and then I'll give you a debrief of the situation. So here I am riding, and I am going through all the stoplights, and there's a stoplight that's coming up next that started to change rather fast, and I was going rather fast too. I was coming in a little too hot, so here I am trying to rev match all the way down. And as you may have heard, that was the skirt of the bike, and I came to a stop, but as you see here, the bike died. I'm trying to start it up. I'm kind of panicking, as you can see here. Not exactly sure what's going on. There's people behind me. So at this point, the bike's not starting. My thought was, let's just get out of the road. And not the best idea to cut in front of all the traffic like that, but I had to do what I had to do. So now I'm sitting on the sidewalk. Again, not an ideal place, but at least I'm out of the way. I turn off the music on my phone, and there you go. The bike just started up again. And I'm now like, okay, much relieved. I started to panic less, and now it's like, okay, the bike's running, so we can just get back on the road and continue on our way like nothing even happened. But something did happen, so let's talk about that. And I just want to first say I was extremely embarrassed during this whole situation too. This was something that was completely on me. Nobody else out there had any impact on my actions riding. So just want to throw that out there, that this was totally on me. Okay, so let's talk about why this happened. I was going way too fast for the stoplight ahead. I was concerned about running a red light because it would have been a solid red, and I didn't want to do that. Although that may have been the safer option, because then I wouldn't have had all those events happen, but still, coming in way too hot. I killed the bike coming in. I don't know what that's all about. I'm not sure why the bike died. But that wasn't the scary part. For me, the scary part was actually that slide, the skirting of the tires. The bike kind of went a little sideways, so I didn't try and correct the bike going sideways. I just kind of rode out the slide. And for me, I mean, that was a decent slide too. I don't know exactly how far it was, but I know I was sliding for some distance. So for me, that was the scariest part. Was I'm like, well, is this bike gonna tip over? That was my biggest fear. But I came to the stop, and then that's when that panic started to hit. I wasn't exactly too sure why the bike wouldn't start, but then looking back, the mistake that I made was the kill switch. I was trying to start the bike, and the kill switch was set incorrectly, so it wouldn't start either way. I know I tried a series of things, and eventually when I went off to the sidewalk was when the kill switch was in the correct position to start, and then it started up. I'm just glad that nothing bad happened, and that there was nobody sitting at the stoplight in front of me that I could have ran into them. And I'm glad that the bike didn't tip over, and I was able to get it started up, not right away, but eventually, about 30 seconds in, and then was able to ride away. So the whole ordeal took about a minute. So definitely a scary moment for me. I have had other moments that have been scary as well, but I think this one is the one that had the most fear. Another scary moment that I had was getting pulled over by the police, and I knew I had done nothing wrong, so that's why it wasn't as scary, because the police officer pulled me over saying that I fit the description of someone going 128 miles an hour. That got my heart racing a little bit, But you know, I knew I was safe, that I was sitting there. But this one was like, okay, well, this one could be a crash, and that was my biggest fear, is crashing. I've never tipped my bike. I've never even put a scratch on my bike. You know, I don't want to get into an accident. That is something that is always at the top of my mind, because I always try and be a safe rider. I always like to be very safe, like I said. And as you see here now, I'm getting back on the road that I was originally on. I wanted to do basically a huge avoiding of other people seeing me, get back on the road. So I just took kind of like the long way to work. I ended up being a couple minutes late because of the little detour, but that's okay. Another thing you may be noticing is I keep moving my left hand off of the handlebars, and that's for a couple reasons. Reason number one, remember this was in the morning going into work, so in fall it is cold in Wisconsin, so my breath was fogging up my visor, so I had to keep lifting up the visor up and down to kind of air it out so I could see. And that could be another reason why that I didn't see the light changing as much. You know, it was hard to see. It was fogged up, but still going a little too fast for that situation. Another reason was, as you saw about a minute back, I just pulled out my phone. I never do that. I was listening to music while I was riding in, and I guess I was just turning it down or something. I don't know. I was fully stopped. I never encourage texting while driving, or even worse, riding. But for me, I don't know. I think I just needed to turn it down a little bit so I could hear and be more focused and aware. So just never use your phone unless you have to. Well, there you go. That is my scariest experience while riding my motorcycle. If any of you have any scary experiences, I'd love to hear them. Please drop them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed any part of this video, please leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.